themselves.
Exactly.
And that's, even though that sounds harsh or that sounds just crazy, it's a fact. So once I learned that, I learned I'm not the problem.
Right.
I'm just not in my tribe.
Right. Right. Right.
And then I had to learn that sometimes your tribe is not your family.
Exactly.
It's
That's
okay.
true. And yeah, that is okay.
But it's no worries. I don't hate my family. I just know I'm different. So that's why I tell my kids, I'm like, if you don't want to talk to me, you really don't have to.
Right.
If you don't want to do something, you really don't have to.
Right.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's fine. Figure out what you like.
Exactly.
And then somebody was like, well, do you really let your kids talk to you like that? I'm like, well, how are they going to learn how to have their own voice if I don't?
That's true.
I was like, does it hurt my feelings? Sometimes. But do they have a backbone of steel when it comes to somebody going to tell them what they ain't going to do? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it'd be fine. I'll get over my feelings, but my kids are very self-aware.
Yeah. And that's something that takes time to learn. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Just like my kids like to say, Mom, I'm mad about this, and I don't like you right now because of that. You know how much that hurts my feelings,
right.
but then that makes me so proud because they tell me with their chest up.
Right.
And I'm like, there's a lot of adults that have never done that for themselves with anyone.
Right. And then when their child does it to them, they punish them for it.
Yeah. Oh, you talking back? Pop, pop.
Right.
When it should be, oh, look at you understanding your feelings.
Right.
And now, so I'm one of those parents. Well, why do you think that way? Well, what should we do about it?
Right.
Do you want a hug? I am that parent. I think you just need a hug. It's fine.
Yeah, and half the time, that's the case.
Right. I used to not be that way because I didn't grow up in that kind of household. I had to learn through therapy that is the healthier approach. A lot of times people are being belligerent because they feel unheard or unseen.
Right.
It's a cry for attention, no matter what their age is.
Right.
And if it's your children, you indulge it a little bit and you help them through it. If it's a whole adult that doesn't even like you, then you avoid it.
Boom. And that's it.
Yeah, and that is it. Again, like I said, I'm not always perfect, but my logic is solid for me.
Right. And that's all that matters.
You got like a million little curls. I'm sorry. Just make sure you take time to twist them every single night.
Good.
Every single night. If not, you're gonna go from bohos to nappy hoe.
No, literally, I got you. Because even just like it, I feel like I sleep better when they're twisted. And
you take the time to twist and everything. It becomes part of your nighttime routine.
Because I twist and moose, and so.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I was. And when you don't, your hair looks a mess. And I used to have people tell me, some people would say, oh, my hair held up forever and it looked good all the way to the last day. And then I had people say my hair looked a mess in a week. Wow. And then I realized your hair looked a mess because you were lazy.
Right.
This is all your fault.
And it's not even like I'm not going to say it's easy, but actually, no, I am.
It's easy.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, even if you plan on going to splashing some water, twist that mess down and put a tight something on top and keep it there till it dries. Yeah, and make it fun and call it expressive.
Right, because I would say like silk presses, no, those are hard to like do the swoop and stuff because like it's a science. You gotta like have one hand here, the third hand in front, and then wrap it around and like. And you think it would be easy too.
And it's so funny, when I used to wear my hair down like that, I used to be like, how come they can't keep their hair straight? It's not that hard now. Yeah. Since I'm a braid queen. I'm like, how the hell do you make this last?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
It's muscle memory. It is definitely a skill set.
That's true.
That's why your mom was like, yeah, my silk press is still holding strong. I'm like, what? I said, how? It's been forever.
Right.
She was like, no, it's lasting. I'm like, well, good for you.
Exactly.
Good job.
My mom's also like, that's just her style too, though. So she knows at this point what to do.
Oh yeah, she's mastered it.
Yeah.
Now that I don't get jealous of people very often, but I do get jealous of those people. When I flat iron my hair, my hair looks like who did it and why by day 3. On day 3,
Sick.
it's starting to revert. It said, I'm supposed to be curly or braided. Why don't you like me? It's like, what? You're so disrespectful. Why are you trying to change me? I'm like, what?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry. Okay, braids it is.
Exactly. And it's like, yeah, you spend all that time too making it look good just for it to immediately puff up or curl the wrong way. I'm like,
scarf falls off on one spot and then it's like straight and floofy.
And it's an everyday thing too. You can't just like, it's not like braids where like it's gonna look the exact same until it doesn't. It's like, no.
And even as it like changes, it's changing all at the same within reason. Like it's like, okay, this one spot looks funky. We're gonna slide cut the knots off and keep it pushing. Versus like with the silk press, you just look a mess. Like ain't no hiding it.
Right.
Huh? So you laid down on your hair. You took a shower without tying it up, huh?
Interesting. Oh, a shower?
Yeah. I had one girl. I was so mad. I'm not friends with her mom like that anymore. But so she got her daughter's hair done, and she had her little girl take a bath right after a silk press. And had to never get mad at me because it didn't hold up.
You're joking.
I'm dead serious.
A bath too?
Yeah, a bath.
And I'm assuming it's a little girl.
So. At the time she was probably around 12. But she was used to getting her hair done, but still.
So all that was literally just...
And she came at night to get her hair done. So anytime I'm about to do my kid's hair straight and they got an event the next day, hey y'all, I always tell them, take your shower before I wash your hair. Just go ahead and take your shower now. Go and get anything you plan on. Even my adult clients. So you have an event tomorrow and you're coming tonight to get your hair curled and pressed. Take your shower before you come for tomorrow.
Right.
Please. I don't normally do outside stuff in my sheets, but let's make an exception. You can wash your sheets tomorrow.
Right.
Like, let's not poke the bear.
Please.
Man.
Because, like, that's, yeah. I don't even know what to say to that.
I realize it's not my fault because these new stylists, they could have just did your hair and you could stand up and it's starting to revert and you didn't even go outside yet and that's not their business.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I cared too much. That's why they thought that they had to try to say something to me.
You care enough. That's the thing.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, I talk to everybody as if they are beginners with their hairstyle. And I'm just like, okay, so for maintenance of this hairstyle, it's going to require blah, 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 blah. Is this something you can handle?
That is smart, though. Because some people truly just don't know. And I mean, at a certain point, like, I didn't know those things. And, like, I learned them from people telling me. So, you know, you gotta, I feel like, reinforcing it. Or even, too, so you don't, like, have to waste, like, a whole debrief. You'd be like, okay, do you know how to take care of it? They say yes or no. And it's like, if they say yes, they'd be like, okay, walk me through the steps.
Exactly.
There's sometimes where they say yes, and then
it's not
and they get in the shower.
Right.
And it's like, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I've had all those experiences. And that's why now I still explain. You know, even before you got here, I asked your mom, so is she used to synthetic hair? And even you. I was like, oh, so are you used to this? You know, I heard your mom. I believed your mom.
Yeah.
But then I questioned you. Because it's not your mom's head. It's not your mom's fault. You're grown.
Right.
And then that's when I was like, okay, so this is how you take care of this. Are you going to take care of it? Like, I think all those things are so important.
They are.
And my kids get mad at me. They're like, Mom, you're so redundant. Why do you have to tell us stuff over and over again? I'm like, because people need to hear it.
They do.
Over and over again. If it's been a long time since they've had that hairstyle, they need to understand again.
Right.
A refresher course, as we'll call it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Right. But then I had one lady tell me, she's like, you know, I'm sorry I have to move so far away and I can't afford to travel, but I've learned so much about taking care of hair because you taught me. I'm like, I feel like everyone should teach you how to do stuff, and they're like, no, everybody doesn't want to teach you. They just they want your money and they want you to leave them alone. Don't bother me.
Right.
Oh, I got your money now. So whatever you do is fine. Call me when it's messed up.
Right.
Give me a review.
Exactly.
Like what?
I mean, like, exactly. It's like, I feel like as long as it's not within like a week, I would just not do the hair. I'd be like, I just did it. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not gonna fix it just for you to come back again.
It depends on my mood. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, okay, give me $30. It's fine. Sometimes like, oh, this, I'm not messing with this. We're gonna have to start all over again. Or, no, I told you what to do to maintain it. No, I'm tired. I'm booked.
Exactly.
I'd rather watch TV, but maybe next time.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Just like one lady, she was like, I love the fact that I never have to make an appointment with you. I said, you know what, you're playing Russian roulette with your hair, but that's not you, buddy.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you don't ever have any other clients. I said, I make you feel that way.
Boom. Right.
I was like, you know, my intention is to make sure you come and you feel good and you're by yourself and you have your time with me. I said, now, depending on the holidays, depending on my schedule, you may look at one other person. But other than that, I try to make everyone feel special.
I love that.
But then there's other times y'all are looking at each other like, hey, so she's busy this week, huh? I seen one person and then I left. But then as I was leaving, I seen another person. But I'm just like, unless somebody has like really bad alopecia, then I will be like, okay. So we're not gonna have anyone else here to see your bald spot.
Right.
It's fine.
That's fine. You're right.
You deserve special treatment because you have a special issue, and we're gonna work with your issue. It's not your fault, but we're also not gonna share it with the world. It's none of their business.
Right.
So, and that's why I asked too. Like everyone thinks I go live on everybody, but I'm like, I physically can't. There's some clients who can't have their business in the world. And then there's some people who talk about stuff that can't be shared with the world.
And they just saying it straight out.
Man, ain't no kind of sugarcoating. Ain't changed. Not one name changed. Ain't not one abbreviation. It's first, middle, and last. Like, do you want these people to find out? They're like, well, not that many people look at your stuff. You don't have that many followers. I'm like, actually, on this platform, I have like this many. On this one, I have that many. But my viewer count is this much. And yeah, I don't know if that's your best move. That's kind of
right.
And they're like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, let me help you not do that to yourself.
Right.
Anything that you wouldn't share in a public space should not be shared right now.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm teaching people social media awareness.
Because that's also like that is something you gotta teach.
Yeah, I've learned that though.
Surprisingly.
That's why I laugh too, because everyone's like, "Oh, you're such an open book." I was like, you should ask my therapist if I'm an open book or not."
Right. You're only getting half the story.
Yeah, just a little sampler pack, you know, just what they call it, Cliff Notes. You'll get the part that I give you, and that's it.
Right.
Just like everyone's always like, why don't you like to talk about your business anymore? I said, because talking to you about your business gets you into problems that you don't need. It's none of your business.
Exactly.
But I learned the hard way. You live, you learn. Every listening ear is not a friend.
Yeah. That actually is a good point.
I had to learn that the hard way.
It is a lesson that everybody has to learn.
Because have you noticed, like, there's some people who only want to hear bad news? Like, if you got something bad to say or you're having a bad day or something hurt, they're so there for you. But as soon as you got good news, they want to tell you everybody else's good news.
Right.
And I'm like, this is my moment.
Yeah, right now.
Thank you. Right.
But, whatever.
Exactly. And that's when I was just like, oh my gosh, why? Even like with some family, they can't help it. Like, you talk about what you're good at or what you're doing, then they want to tell you who else is good at it and who they're going to go to instead and how much they paid them. And I'm like, good for you.
Right.
Good for you. No worries.
No worries at all.
That's one of my favorite sayings, if you haven't noticed. No worries.
Hey, I feel like it applies to a lot of things, and even when it doesn't, I feel like it's a good thing to say. So.
Right. It really does come in a clutch though, because a lot of times you question stuff and then you realize it's not for me to worry about. It's not my business. I realized what I'd be doing wrong with my child's hair. Her hair is so freaking long. It's to her butt.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody probably thinks that I braid slow because her hair be taking so long, not realizing she just has a lot of hair.
Exactly. I mean, that just means it's healthy, though.
Yeah. Healthy, thick, and long.
Everything people want, honestly.
That's what I try to tell her. I was like, as much as you cry when I do your hair, people would cut people in their family for your hair.
Right.
They would hurt somebody. Oh, so if I punch her in the face, my hair will look like hers. Mm-hmm. Okay, where do you want it? Left or right? It didn't work. I have to do it again. Okay, come here.
Right.
Come here. It's fine. No, it's fine. I don't like her anyway. Come here. What? Mm-hmm. That's funny, though. Could you imagine you could have anything you wanted if you hit the right person?
Right.
You live in a magical world, and it's like whack-a-mole. Mm-hmm. So if you hit this person... Okay, I'm sorry, that's going dark. I have a dark sense of humor.
You're good. I was listening.
But think about it, though, like the way that stuff will go. All these people who are like, oh, I don't ever show violence. They're just like, oh, well, how about in this altered multiverse? Would you feel like that now?
Right.
And it's so funny. I always claim I don't like anime, but then my brain goes into this anime-ish tangent. Just like the altered universe where hit somebody. Like, I could see that as anime.
Right. I mean, low-key, I saw the My Hero Academia. That's probably somebody's superpower.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I'm sure. That's my teenager. My 20-year-old, that poster. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's really into so much anime like that. Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
I could show you some of the murals in my other room. Mm-hmm. It's my art room and it's trashed, but I will let you see it so you can see the paintings.
Right. No, Hunter x Hunter is my favorite anime. I haven't watched anime in like 3 years, but it's still like easily my favorite.
You know why I got annoyed by it?
Mm-hmm. It took long to
No.
develop? Okay.
It's because every time she wanted to watch it, she started from the beginning with me.
Oh my gosh.
So I think I've seen the first 2 or 3 seasons. I don't remember it now, but back then I seen the first 2 or 3 seasons like 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
And I never seen the end.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like, well, why are we rewatching? And I'm just like, there must be something in it that she's trying to make me. I realized it in hindsight. There was some part of that she wanted to talk about, and as I talked about the show, I just complained I never actually talked about the episode, and so she was trying to show me something in it without telling me.
I see.
And that's probably why she kept starting from that same exact point. There was a message there that I at the time wasn't receptive of.
Was it like the first episode, or was it like?
It's like within the first couple of episodes. Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
I can't figure it out.
But like, there's nothing. I was like thinking about it, because like the first season is drastically different from the last. I mean, obviously, but like, I like, other than knowing who characters are, I can't think of anything from the first season.
It was either the first or the second. I can't remember.
Or even the second season that is like, relevant enough to like stick. Like, to have to rewatch to make it sense, for it to make sense later.
I'm going to be honest, because my brain, whatever it was, my brain just totally blanked it all out because I was just zoned. Like, my brain's like, why do we keep seeing this? This is irrelevant. Yeah. I don't need it.
Nah.
Gone.
Because, that's funny, it's the character name gone. But, yeah, because the first season is the Hunter exam, and the second season is the York New City. And then after that is like when Gon and Killua learn like Nin, and that's when it gets confusing. And
so I guess I made it to 3rd season.
Yeah, everybody starts getting confused when they're like, okay, like you got like this type of Nin and stuff like that. Like even people who love Hunter x Hunter are like, yeah, but that part's confusing.
That's the part that she kept replaying, talking about like when they were in the different fightings.
Yes.
Oh, no, I could follow along with all that kind of stuff. My brain loves all that. Oh, maybe that's why, because she wanted me to pay attention enough to actually...
Maybe.
Oh.
Because each person does have a specific Nin. So maybe she was like trying to say like, oh, like kind of like water type, fire type, whatever.
Yeah.
But then after that,
but there's also it's like this is what they are.
Yeah.
And then once you're into that group, there's a subcategory to now what's in this, and then it goes into a deeper category.
Yeah.
And then it's activated by that, and then it's I mean I guess I was paying more attention than I let on, but
you're good.
Yeah.
Well, then after that, it's like the Chimera arc, and that takes 200 years to finish. Because, like, Chimera arc was the most, like, you get the most out of it, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it takes so long to just, like, get to the good part, I feel. Like, when people say they don't finish it, I'm like, I get it. Like, you weren't able to last through the Chimera thing, because, like, with the ants and...
Yeah.
You're like, why they're even...
I've seen some of the stuff with the ants.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made it to the end of it then?
I guess.
Some parts of it?
The last
like,
part...
there's like a really giant ant, right?
Yes.
Like an actual ant.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some of those.
I forgot his name, but yeah, that's like pretty much the end.
Oh,
and
so I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
it's
like,
been some years.
No, you're good. The very last part is like when like I don't know, like Gon gets into like some type of like comatose state because like he like overpowers, and so everybody's like, what are we gonna do now that like Gon isn't here? Like he's the main character, like da 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 da. And so they're all trying to figure it out, and then meanwhile there's like the whole like Hunter Association, and they're like, should we induct him? Should we not? Like he's about to die. Da, 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 da. And then of course like he comes back and everybody's happy and it's like the end. So I mean like the very last season I'm like y'all were just trying to wrap it up. Like,
yeah, they were like we're over it now, and
I guess
good luck.
They did leave it because I think it was about Killua's family.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But I was like, y'all know dang well that y'all aren't gonna finish this, and like it was a good cliffhanger too. So I forgot. I'm gonna look it up. What is cliffhanger? Oh well, they have the manga. That's like I haven't read the manga. I've only watch the anime. So I guess they spoiled it for me. Anyway, I'll be alright.
Probably. But I do love Korean movies and TV shows. Like, I actually watch them in Korean. You watch any of that kind of stuff?
Which was it? Sorry.
Korean TV and movie shows like
that.
their
Yeah. I used to watch those all the time. The
okay.
K-dramas?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So have you watched The Trunk on Netflix?
I have not. No.
Okay, so you have to watch The Trunk. You have to watch My Hololive.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love that character. That actor too.
Oh my gosh, talking about the guy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he is so handsome.
He is.
My gosh. I was like, I've watched so many things with him in it, and I was like, is he the only movie star they have over there?
Low-key, that's fine.
I was like, I just want to meet him. I feel like I'm going to. Because I got to see, how tall are you? And I can't ever think of his name because they got it in Korean. And I'm just like, even though I was trying to learn Korean, I'm just like, I can't. I don't understand. But I can learn it. I just can't figure out who he is. So.
Gongyu?
Yes. Send me that. Oh my gosh. He is so handsome.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing to pay attention to, Markette. And it's so funny, I laugh because people are like, would you date outside your race? I was like, I've dated the rainbow. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I like who likes me.
Exactly.
And that who likes me, that's when I get to get picky.
Right.
It's not a race thing.
I don't really understand the whole, like, idea of race and stuff. Like,
it was made up by the white man.
Yeah, you're right.
Because black people are every race.
Right.
We got the Eve gene. We can literally be everything.
Boom.
So...
It's just like I'm as long as you're attractive to me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're attractive, but I don't date Indian people. Like, okay, that
right.
What?
You're attractive. You like me, and you're doing everything I ever wanted. So
why would I present myself?
But you're this color. Like, what the heck? That does not make sense.
Exactly.
If anything, I'm like, oh, how refreshing.
Right.
And I love your culture's food, and I get to have it.
Right.
I see rainbows and sunshines. Like, no, I don't care. Like, at first I was like, both of my kids have black dads, but now at this point, I'm just like, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Right. Also, he's 6 foot, so.
So he is actually tall.
Yeah. That's great.
He's a unicorn. Wow.
45.
He's 45?
He's 45 years old.
Where does he live at?
South Korea. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, take a little trip.
Man, I'm saying, because, I'm 41, so
Right.
it's like the perfect wheelhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Like, so let's go to Korea.
Right. 안녕하세요.
Right. 감사합니다. Yeah, I'm here for it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. That is funny.
Wouldn't that be funny though?
That would.
Not how funny, but ironic.
Like what?
Like if I actually ended up married to him.
No, that's why I was like
I fell in love with you through TV.
boom. But you gotta act like it wasn't through TV. Like, oh.
Oh yeah, no. When I meet people in person, I'm not being girlish. I'll say something like, "Hey, you're kind of tall for a Korean." Like something that's kind of snarky, but not.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite, or I'll just like, "Oh, your back looks great in that shirt." Like I say, that's really what I would hit it with.
That's a good compliment.
Yeah, just something. I'll skin somebody up and down, and then I'll notice something I actually like about them, and I'll just speak on what I like. Right. Doesn't matter who they are.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all saying hi and stuff, and I'm not ignoring you. I promise. I'm just actually working. My bad. So now we're live on YouTube and TikTok. Yeah. Which I need to share this to Facebook so they can know. Yeah, there we go. But no, this is perfect. I know somebody asked me if I can do boho braids and have it more braid than curl, and then sometimes I don't do it. It's not that I can't do it. It's just the artist in me may not allow it.
Yeah.
It's not. That's my only issue. It's just sometimes I'm just not in the headspace for stuff.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I be trying to say. I'm like, but I gave you something that costs more than what you asked for. You should be happy. But now I'm just learning, like, no, just pre-part. Pre-part everything.
It'll be good.
Yeah. Then you have no choice. This is what you got charged for. It's fine. I had one lady, I pre-parted. She wanted her hair done, but she was being extremely cheap.
Oh.
So I gave her extremely cheap partings.
That's okay.
So, which is still smaller than most people's jumbos. It was generous, but efficient.
Yeah.
So then she was like, "Can you make this part a little smaller?" I was like, "Which part?" And she was like, "This." I was like, "Yeah, for $30." Well, what?
$30. Wow.
So then she was like, "Well, can you make only this part smaller?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, for $20." She said, "So what makes it blah blah blah?" And I was like, "Okay, so if you want to take this row here and block them in half, I can do that for $15, but only on the first braid."
Look like $15.
Right. But if you want it to look right, you can do 30, and I can do the very first row, split in half, and then the same thing for this part and your other side of your part.
Right.
And then she was like, "Oh, well, okay, as long as you know." So
True.
are we or not?
Right, because I don't want you mad at me now that I gave you what you asked for.
Right. Because I used to just do regardless, and then I learned that people were starting to ask for less than they wanted in hopes of more. And I was like, see, that's your fault, Markette. Right. You can't get mad at them. That's your fault. You taught them that was okay. And now I was like, oh, whoa, what are we doing now?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna be this much.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it? Okay, well, we won't do it. It's fine.
Right. Easy enough.
And I laugh at myself when I do stuff like that, but that's really how I be feeling at this point, because I'm just like, you can't just do. Time is money. It matters, and your energy is still being spent.
Yeah.
If I get done in an hour and a half, that's still what you asked for.
Right.
And it's still gonna look great. So
right.
Don't feel bad about that. Nobody else does. People be having 12 people in their hair. They get paid $2,000 and they work for 3 hours. I'm just like, man, I need to get one of them shops. But I don't know anybody I like enough to work with them daily enough to get all that going. But imagine if I had like 4 people working with me, one sorting and passing.
Well, shoot.
And one doing the
30
ends.
minutes.
Man, I'd be like, we're done. Okay. I wish I did have people I could trust enough to work with like it and had enough clientele to make it worth it. Because then I would definitely do that. But I would just give them, I would be like every other shop. I would give them an hourly rate and then take the chunk because it's still my business.
Right.
If I had people I trusted enough, I'd be like, okay, y'all, we got braids today. You got to do what I taught you.
Exactly.
I'm going to start each one because I need it all the same. But you have to do it this way.
Right. And that's going to take some, you got to really trust people there.
Right. Because the thing is, it's like you're teaching your technique. And somebody's like, well, isn't it the same as teaching your technique when you go live? I'm like, no. Not at all. It's like, I'm left-handed. And the way that my brain does stuff, you can watch me up close all you want to. You're not going to learn nothing.
Right.
And if you do learn something good for you, that means you think like me. But no, this is a very cute, very fun, and it feels like it's light. And I think it's because I finally learned it by shorter hair. I used to try to do everything with that longer hair, and then I realized it was just creating unnecessary weight.
Right.
So if you do go get your own hair, just remember for the hair itself, the braiding hair, I like the 28-inch, the kid hair.
Oh, okay, so.
This is nice. This is like I finally found my balance. I was like, oh, you gotta do this and you gotta cut that. And I'm just like, no, you don't.
Right. Well, this is nice. Yeah, like what you were talking about earlier. And it's, I mean, it feels light now, but then again, I always like say that it's light and then
it gets to the end and it'll be heavy.
Yeah, or like I take it out and I'm like, oh my god, this is what my head feels like.
I had a bowling ball.
Or I had 30 extra pounds on me.
I've done that before in my head. You know, it's sad, but I was like, it's fine.
Right.
But no, this is very cute. And I just know for my Zozo, I just have to just be more patient.
Oh, good.
She might be watching, actually. I never know. Sometimes my children like to watch me on my lives.
Oh, that's cute.
Especially if they're not here, then that's when I get their views. They don't always linger, but they be popping in, and I'm like, oh, my kids love me. They even watch my social media.
Right.
Somebody asked me before, they're like, how does your kids feel about you being on social media? They like it. Well, how would they feel if someone said something and they're like, they want to see my response?
Yeah. Right.
And they're like, what? I was like, oh, my kids like it when I'm saucy. But Zoe only likes it if I'm saucy online, but not in person. Mackenzie thinks it's cute and funny. So if somebody says something that's going to create a response in me, she's excited. She's like, oh, so I just want to see, you know how Miss Seeley was in The Color Purple? I wonder what kind of mess it's going to make on the wall this time.
Yeah,
that's Mackenzie with me. But new me doesn't do that anymore. I might like slam my hand on the table or just breathe hard or make mean eyes. And then after, I might, like the other day when I had that bad experience, I ended up slamming my hand on the table. I told her to fix her face. And then I waited till I went outside and I screamed. And then after that, I was back laughing.
Okay, as long as it works.
Yeah. It's because I've learned that whenever you're dealing with something, I can't hold it in. It'll make me physically and mentally sick.
Right.
So all my problems that I was having health-wise was from swallowing down my feelings. And so now I learned that it's important to just let them out.
Yeah.
And if somebody tries you, then damn it, they deserve that. That's their fault.
Right.
That is they poked that bear.
Of their consequences.
Exactly. So they can have it, and good for them. That's what they wanted.
Right.
And then I kind of felt bad because I slammed my hand on the table. Because I was, in my head, I was like, if you slam your hand on this table, you won't slam your hand in her face. So then, after all that happened, I thought about it in a good way. I was like, Markette, by everything you did, you might have saved her from getting hit in the face. See, look at you being a good person.
Right. Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. Because, oh my gosh, I was like, I never really understood how provoking some looks could be until yesterday. or day before yesterday. It was day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I never really realized how provoking it could be to have somebody just be that kind of blatant disrespectful. But just like there are such things as fighting words, there are fighting looks.
Yeah.
There are fighting looks. And the fact that both of them were, like a white guy and a Hispanic lady, were just both giving those looks, I was like, do y'all not know who I am?
Right.
I'm not the person. I haven't had any sleep. I had an energy drink, and I was full of caffeine, and I didn't get to work out yet. So I was just like, I was on edge.
Like, and you're gonna try to push me, like,
man. And I was like, I could have ended up on the news,
but you didn't.
Right, but I didn't. It could have went all kinds of left, but I didn't cuss. I didn't fuss. I didn't anything. But Lord knows, in my heart, the things that I said were not nice. But I didn't say anything to them that was crazy. I was minimally reactive, which I still felt mad at myself for as much as I did react. But then again, I started thinking about how I would have reacted in the past, and I'm like, but that's still a win.
Right.
So good job, Markette. It could have been worse.
It could have.
And then I tell people too, like, it's bad when you work out as much as I do, because I don't know my own strength. And then I thought about it. I hit that table so hard, and it didn't even hurt my hand. But it was hard enough to make a woman and a man jump. So I was just like, yeah, it's like.
We did a boxing class yesterday, and they were like, wow, you really were hitting that hard. I was like, I thought that was like the week. I was tired. I wasn't even doing anything.
Underestimating ourselves a little bit there.
Whoa.
I've never done boxing, but it seems like something I would like to learn.
It was fun. I tried it for the first time, because, like, since I'm moving, I was like, I want to do all these free classes, you know.
Yeah, get you a one-time class.
Right. Because, like, once you stay here, they're, like, calling you 50 million times. So I did it, and I was expecting to be, like, super tired and this, that, whatever. And I was tired, but boxing was just, like, I don't even know how to explain it. The lady, one girl that I talked to afterwards said it perfectly, of, like, sure, your body's moving, but you don't really, like, lock into that fact until after you're done with the workout, because each movement has a number associated with it. And so the lady, like, the instructor, she's like, you know, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, and, like, you have, like, to remember, like, okay, what's 3, what's 5, and so, like, you're, like, hitting the bag, but you're thinking in your brain the whole time.
So you're hyper focused on the numbers.
Exactly. It's like paint by numbers, but with working out. So
that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. And
did you practice your movement since you've been home?
Well, I did yesterday, so it was like my back is like super sore and my arms are sore, so I'm good. But I mean, I would want to do it again. I thought that was nice, because I also did one of those, like, Pilates classes too, and that was, like, more tiring than the boxing.
Oh yeah, Pilates uses muscles you don't freaking use on life.
Right, you didn't even.
So stretching and hitting and just like moving and bending, and
my abs still hurt, and that was on Monday. So.
Oh wow, yeah. It wasn't playing with you.
So, but yeah, I liked boxing a little bit better just because it had, like, that almost, like, game aspect to it. So, yeah.
That sounds fun.
I think you'd like it.
I think I would too. I would try it at least once, but I don't like running, jumping rope, or jumping jacks. I don't like none of those.
Ooh, we did start off with jumping jacks.
See?
I'm not gonna lie.
You had lost me at jumping jacks.
My bad.
And it's so funny because we were like, you seem like you'd be good at that. I'm like, I seem like I could go run for 2 miles too, but that would be a lie.
Right.
And they were like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm a sprinter. If I'm running, you should run too. But I didn't learn until the Titans draft day that I'm actually still a fast runner. So they had all these different events, and you could race people and everything else.
Yeah.
And so I did my first sprint barefoot on the field because I had on sandals, and I refused to break new sandals.
Right.
So then I ended up running a second time when I raced this random strange man. And I smoked him.
Really?
He ended up, like, grabbing his leg and everything. And of course I got it on camera, so I ended up posting it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so cute because I'm just like, I always run harder if I'm competing. But my daughter, Mackenzie, she told me, she's like, Mom, you're super competitive. Yeah. I was like, I don't think I'm competitive. She's like, no, you're competitive. She's like, and I thought about, like, even if I worked at a braiding shop, if me and somebody else were doing the exact same hairstyle, I would probably get them first just out of pure adrenaline. Like, really? No, you're not going to be faster at this. Wow. Because even with everything I'm doing, I'm still it's still a competition. Yeah. Just like I learned that I actually work faster on camera than I work off camera.
Because you're being watched, technically.
Yeah, because I'm being watched. I'm being observed. So it's just like,
good thing to know about yourself.
It is. It is. And it's like the more you learn about yourself, the more you can learn about others and understand that. And I'm just like, even though I should clean up more, I didn't do anything when you were coming. I just got my makeup done and then I ran to the hair store. But if I would have had a male visitor come, let's call it like that, if I had my friend come over, then I would have actually cleaned. That kitchen would have been spotless. That dining room, living room would have been spotless. Right. But with you, I'm like, it's fine. I'm look, you want your hair done or not?
Exactly. I mean, hey, and that's
Step
so
over
fair. That's so fair. And I didn't care. I mean, I've lived in all different environments. Like, it's not my place to say why one thing is a certain area. Like, okay.
Right. But it's so funny because I know I'm just hard on myself because, again, even as bad as I feel sometimes, it's just like everybody's like, are you really, you're overthinking it. It would take 10 seconds. I'm like, it would take 10 seconds for a normal person to do this. Exactly. But do you know how long it takes me to do dishes sometimes?
Right.
Just like laundry, I wash clothes. If it sits for more than an hour, I feel like I gotta rewash it sometimes. And then I forget, and then I end up rewashing it again. Like the load yesterday got washed 3 times.
It's okay.
It's okay, but it smelled good. Like when I was folding up, but it was nice and clean. I was like,
oh. You don't even have to worry about it.
But then I thought about it, it's like, but it could be worse. You could be one of those people who let your clothes sit overnight and then you dry them and then you smell like mildew, but only you smell it.
Right.
Like to you, it smells clean because it's clean to you. But the rest of the world smells like, so you like to let your clothes sit before they dry. You want to just embed that nest, right? You smelled somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like I call it the sour smell.
Yes.
Yeah. And my favorite, they're like, why does it take you so long to do laundry? I'm like, why don't you spend more time doing laundry?
Boom. Think about it.
Yeah. But then I realized that's the OCD.
Yeah. But
yeah. Could be worse.
It could be. There's all different types and forms of OCD. So
it is.
Happy with the one that I got.
Right. It could definitely be worse. And then I also realized too, just the fact that like I deep clean when I clean. Hence the reason why it's taking me so long to clean up my daughter's closet. Because I'm sorting, I'm putting stuff for donation, I'm putting stuff for trash, I'm figuring out what I want, I'm figuring out what needs to be put away in the attic, what should go in the garage. Like, it's just so many layers to it when everybody else was like, oh, we're not keeping any of this. This is all trash.
Right.
And I'm over here like, but this could go to the neighbor. This could go to this. This is good for the shelter. And I'm just like, why do you care?
That's true.
Why does it matter so much? Why don't you just be done?
Right.
And then my heart is like, but you got to give back. This is important. I'm going to fill up my car and I'm going to take all this stuff over here. I know last time I told the lady I had some stuff for donations. I had 8 black trash bags full of clothes, shoes. And she's like, is this everything? I'm like, I started laughing at her. I was like, no, this is not everything. It's just the beginning.
Right.
And then so I poured all the clothes out. She's like, some of these clothes are new. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You never outgrow an outfit before you wore it?
Right.
And she's like, but most of this stuff looks new. I'm like, I don't know if you're trying to insult me or...
Like, what do you want?
Leave me alone. I'm doing a good deed.
Like, what do you want me to do?
And I told her, I was like, yeah, what it is like most of the stuff, it's like I washed it first and then I folded it up. And then some of the stuff is actually just new because my kids never got to wear it. And then it's fine. Leave me alone. I have a shopping problem. Don't judge me. Look, quit judging me, lady. That's what I was thinking in my head. But it's okay. But then after she made me feel bad, I didn't want to take anything else back to the school.
Right.
Is that bad?
No. Because you already did a lot, so...
Yeah, so now I'm just like, I gotta find somewhere else to donate.
Goodwill.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thrift stores around.
I usually do the schools, the women's shelters, or Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
Because Salvation Army gives people stuff for free.
Oh, yeah.
And then I give to the schools because the kids actually need it.
Right.
And then, I don't know. I just like giving back. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need anybody to know. I can't believe I told on social media. I usually don't do that, but I'm usually just like, people like, why does it take you so long to do that? Mind your business.
Right.
Because I'm doing it by myself.
Exactly. Doing it at my own pace.
Right. Or then my favorite, well, why don't you make your kids help you? No.
Right.
How about I do it myself so I know it's right?
Exactly.
Okay, so on this row, I think I'm going to start adding pops
And what?
of color.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you like a little sun kiss.
Sounds good.
I feel like I should have pulled this on the other side where the camera is so I can actually make sure nobody said nothing because I'm not trying to be an avoidant with the camera. I just didn't think to say anything. Hello, y'all. I promise. If you have a question, you can ask and just like do something to get my reaction. If you do like some hearts or something, I could actually see it from my peripherals, but sometimes it's hard to see the writing. I keep losing my scissors. I don't know what I did with them. Okay, there they are. They're hiding. I don't think it's going to be heavy for you. When it's done, I don't think it's going to be heavy.
Okay, so.
Because my people who usually get their hair braided from me, they tell me that it's the way I balance the hair, it's never as heavy as they expected it.
Yeah. It does, I mean, it already feels like lighter. So
you're just like, yeah, I could believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put that half over here.
Someone wanted to co-host.
I ain't gonna lie though, I feel my shoulders. I shouldn't have did the row machine last night.
Oh.
I was up late last night doing the row machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel it.
Yeah.
And I laughed too because somebody was like, I bet you get tired of standing doing hair. I said, who told you I said if I do hair?
Right.
And he was like, you don't stand up? I'm like,
oh gosh,
no.
no.
Why would I stand up?
Even though there are a lot of people that do, so
Yeah.
props to them.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
My feet don't like all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been and gave up. You know how many hairstyles I was just like, I don't want to finish today? I've done that to people before too. I'm like, look, this is going to be a 2-day hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it ends up just being the one, but in my head, I'm just like, I don't know. So we're going to say it's 2 day, and then if it ends up being a 1 day, that's great. But at least that's better than saying 1 day and it ends up being a 2 day.
Right.
You plan for longer and then it happens to be shorter. It's better. Wow, this is so pretty. You feel like the it girl yet?
Oh yes, I already feel. I mean, I already felt that way earlier. But...
I mean, clearly, as you should. But I meant as far as like the hair though.
No, that's what I meant. Like I was like, when it was like the 2 strands, I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, just from already this. Oh, from the beginning of the hairstyle.
Yeah. I was like, because I feel like as long as like I see what like a couple of braids look like, I feel like the rest of it will come together. You know.
Right. Have you ever had a hairstyle that you just got it started and then right from the beginning you just had this? Yeah. Ooh, maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about earlier.
Oh,
that was one of them.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's okay.
Yes.
Learn to speak up now.
Speak up now, forever hold your peace.
Right.
Yeah, that's a real statement when it comes to your hair. That's why I'm just like, I'm gonna throw you all in this mirror, and we're gonna see how this goes for you, because I threw you in the mirror.
Right.
I can't believe I asked the universe what his name was, because I know I digress a lot. So
you're good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Keep forgetting you are like me and you can follow along. It's so fun, so freeing. So, because you actually knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So I was looking for his name last night on the TV. So you know how with American actors and actresses, they have our name with our picture?
Yeah.
They don't do that in Korea.
Really?
No. Apparently, not on Netflix.
That's That makes sense though, because like they don't even do subtitles anymore. Like if someone's like speaking in a different language, it'll be like speaking in Japanese. It's like, okay, what that? How much does that help? But
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, I think it's because in those cultures, the family name is more important than their name. That's why their last name is first and their first name is last.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and they just had a list of names with no pictures. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, no, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna figure it out. If it's meant for me to know who he is, I'll figure it out. And that was last night, and here you come today. Not even 24 hours later.
Boom.
And you sent me his name and stuff. I was just like, thank you.
Right.
Like, I literally wanted to know that last night, and now I know.
Right.
That's crazy how that works.
It is crazy.
It's like, you want to know something? And it just keeps making... So, I've been on this whole thing about you get what you ask for.
Yeah.
In all facets. And literally, I said I wanted to work more. And I said it last night. I said I want to work more. And then I sent my friend a message talking about how I was going to work more. And then your mom called me saying you need your hair done. Boom. It was like, dang, I don't know how there's no way to prove it.
Yeah, but you speak into existence.
You speak everything into existence, the good or the bad. This is literally what you're telling the world. This is what you want.
Right.
And the world's like, so this is what you want, or the universe or God, however you want to look at it.
Exactly.
So this is what you want. So we're gonna give you this.
Right. And I journal every night.
I journal a lot too.
Yeah, and so I have like a section where it's like my manifestation for the next day. And so but I've learned that I have to be like really
super specific.
Yeah. But it does happen though, and it's not like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. It's like
it happens in its own timing. Right. You okay. You're on the same page, so you understand this.
Yeah.
So I ended up So I used to love Grey's Anatomy. I was in love with the Jesse character. You know, the mood eyes, everything, right?
Yeah.
Why did I get a guy? Same.
Really?
Mood eyes, everything. But he smoked cigars.
No.
I couldn't get past the smell of the cigar. Super nice, open doors, shivers.
That's sick.
Everything.
The cigar is like bad too. Like
it lingered in his lungs. His clothes smelled fresh, but his lungs smelled like cigar. And I don't understand how that happens.
Right.
But
really, because like cigarettes are already like kind of bad.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can't. Yeah, like you said, you can't get that out.
And cigarettes would be worse, but cigars is still bad. And his kiss tasted like cigar. And I was like, I can't. Yeah. But other than that, he was tall, beautiful.
That's sick.
I was like, I can't though. No. And then I'm just like, I'm being tested. I'm literally getting everything I've ever asked for in folks.
Right.
But you got a special. You know what? I'm working on my manifestation tonight. I have to like. I'm gonna go down to the dang smell and everything. Like,
right.
From the top to the bottom, because this is. No, it's like, it's so serious. Like, you could be like, oh, I want to have more spare time. And the universe is like, oh, you want more spare time? We're here. You're going to end up divorced, and now you got a whole week to yourself.
Yeah. I was like, well, I didn't ask for it this way.
Yeah. But I got it.
Right. So
it's
it does work.
And so then one of the things I learned is you get everything you ask for, you just don't know what point in your life you asked for it.
That's true, too.
And I'm just like, when you think of it like that.
Yeah. I like that.
See what I mean about the sun kiss?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Sun kiss on Gray. And then we're going to go heavy on the brown on this one. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side.
Sounds good. That is so cute.
Thank you. That's the artistry. Your mom's going to see your hair. Is she going to get to see you before you leave, right?
Yeah. I'm living with her, so.
Oh, okay. Then she's literally excited because in her head, she's going to, as soon as you walk in the door, she's going to probably be like, hey, so how was your experience?
Right. Literally.
Because she wants to know if you like me as much as she likes me. And then you're going to be like, well, no, I actually like her.
Yeah. Not actually, no. I like her.
No, it's because that's how I think about stuff, because I tell people I actually like, because you know how sometimes you're like, yeah, I like you. And you're like, no, I like you and I actually like you. Like, it's not the same.
That is true.
Because I like a lot of people, but I don't really like them enough to want to ever see them just because.
Yeah.
But it's funny because your mom told me that we had so much in common, and we would probably get along well. And I'm like, damn, she didn't know. This is weird. How does she know? But then I realized she knows her child, and then she knows me. And yeah, that's so funny. That's crazy. Actually. Your mom would make a good friend coach. Like, hey, students. So this is based off your personalities. You should sit next to this person.
Yeah, I feel like it's good until it's bad because like someone you actually do like and care about. She's like,
they don't like you for real.
Yeah,
that's so hard to hear.
And then like a year later, you're like, damn,
she's right.
That's true.
I've done that for my child before, and I don't think she appreciated it during the moment. Oh wait, they're making me move a puzzle piece. They do that craziness. I'm glad I seen it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TikTok does you like that when you've been on so long. They're like, "Are you still live?"
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, because some people have been like falling asleep and then recording.
Sleep or just not in the room. They just got their phone on. I don't know how I seen that. I don't know. I usually don't even notice some of that stuff. I actually get kicked out before because I didn't notice.
Wow.
That's so weird how that works. I was telling your mom too. It's crazy how your whole family's so pretty. I was like, like y'all are so pretty, and she was like, really? I was like, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I realized, I must look like your mom. Like, do you feel like you look like which parent do you feel like you look more like?
I see both. Like, I feel like it really depends on, like, where you're bringing attention to, you know? Because I feel like, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, look at myself. Like,
no, I get that.
Like, I have my mom's, like, facial structure, but, like, my dad's eyes and nose. And it's like, I don't know. If you like put a picture up of like both my mom and my dad, you would have to do like a circle, like which places where.
Got you.
But then at the same time, like when we're set, like parent alone, it's like people will always be like, "Oh, you look so much like your mom," or like, "Oh, you look so much like your dad."
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
In isolation, you look like whoever you're with, but whenever you're together, then they're picking and choosing.
Right.
So both of my children look like me, but Zoe has her dad's eyes and her dad's nose, but she has my smile and she has my dimples. Well, we both have dimples, so she had no choice. But she's a very beautiful child. She has his body type and has, like, I don't know, she has parts of both of our personalities, but she has his temperament, which is annoying for me.
Right.
But overall, a nice mix. Mackenzie has her dad's teeth, my skin tone, my hair. Both of my kids have my hair texture, thank God. Thank God. They went on that one.
What's your hair texture?
Oh, I have natural curly hair. So if you get on Instagram and you go to Markette_official, you can literally see my hair.
Okay.
So MARKETTE. Yeah, top one.
Right.
So the one to the third picture over.
We see the what's it called? The verified.
Yeah, girl, I pay for that. But yeah, right here.
Okay.
But if you scroll down through the deepness, you can actually see how it is without all the manipulation, and it actually gets even thicker. But yeah, I'm a blogger, and sometimes I blog, sometimes I'm just giving good content, and sometimes it's just random stuff. And I do the same thing on YouTube and all that stuff.
Right.
Because I would like to have passive income from being a content creator.
Yeah.
So I mean, eventually I will.
Yes, eventually.
So that one looks more. I was pregnant with Zoe right there. So that's how my hair actually is most of the time. If I just let it juice it up and call it cute.
Right. It's cute though. I love the pattern.
Thank you.
I feel like with my hair, like when it's like straight out the shower, it's like really like coiled. So, which is also cute. But
it's like, it's just painful.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it.
It's a love-hate type of deal. I love the way it looks until it's time to detangle it after it's been worn for a week.
Right.
But if it wasn't for the pain, I could just do it all the time.
Yeah.
But no, what's this? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm starting to play. I gotta quit. I do that sometimes.
Oh, no, you're good.
Because I'm looking at how your hair is looking now, and I was like, man, I should go get some. I didn't see this type of braiding hair in such a short length, in the color I currently have, but that would be better for the way I want to wear my hair.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually looking really good. Oh no, my phone died.
No.
It went to sleep. My bad, people. Alright, I'm gonna put this one on the charger. And then I probably should have put, well, that one's not asleep yet. At least it ended from being asleep. It could be worse.
That's true.
I've had it ended from being banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know why?
Because there was children in the video.
Really?
So on TikTok, you can't have children under the age of 12.
Wow.
On Instagram and Facebook, you can't have other people's music or TV shows. Anything that's copyrighted will get you kicked out. Some people can do it with putting, I don't own the rights to this music. Yeah. I put the same, I don't own the rights to this music, and they're like, no.
Interesting.
You have to play by these other rules. But I realized some of the words that I say are like flaggish. Yeah. So then you put my flaggish words on top of anything I might say or do wrong, and it's a reason to say, oh, this is why we're doing this to you. Right. But we know the real reason. But that's how it goes. At least that's what I came up with. Right. That's the only thing that makes sense. But I am one of those people who is aware of who I am and how I look. Right. And I'm going to speak my truth regardless.
Hey, that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, this hair. See, that's how long. It's short.
Oh, wow.
It's like the perfect length. It's just long enough to encapsulate your real hair.
A little bit of layering.
And I'll be watching these videos with these people doing their braids and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing all that. Like, yeah, not my business. I'm not doing all that.
Exactly.
Then somebody's like, oh, how do you do it? And so then that's why it's just like, I braid it. So then I was like, Markette, that's so vague. And I was like, how about this? I'll just make some videos of me doing hair, and then you can figure it out for yourself.
Right.
Because I feel like no matter what you do or say to somebody, they might like the way this other person does it better. And I just say, why don't you go to who does it better instead of trying to tell me my job?
Boom. There we go.
Is that rude?
No.
Okay, because I was like, I never know what's rude, but you know.
I mean, like, I guess, like, it could come off rude if you say it a certain way, but, like, I don't think it's rude, like, the idea of it, of, like, if you want it a certain way, like,
yeah,
instead of complaining about it the way I'm doing, just go to them.
Right. But then I also realized that it was rude of them to say it in the first place.
Right.
So I was like, we'll see. And I was laughing because my daughter was telling me how my curls was falling out. And she's like, does other people's curls fall out? I'm like, no. She's like, well, how did yours fall out? Because I don't be wanting to do mine.
Right.
I'm not getting paid to do mine. I'm just going through the motion.
Right. That's true, too.
They're like, oh, so you put more effort in other people's hair than you do yours? Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because I can always touch mine up, but I can't call you back from New York and be like, hey, can you come back to Nashville to get your hair fixed?
Right. Right.
Like, no, I can't. But you can fly up here.
Exactly.
What part of New York?
Binghamton.
Where is that?
It's like right next to Syracuse, so.
Oh gosh, is that like
it's
Martha's
upstate?
Vineyard and
I guess it's like cold, like almost like Vermont-esque. So.
Oh.
I guess. Well, not Vermont, but like
Fine.
people. Yeah, people. It's a college town though, because is Binghamton University, and I'm pretty sure like that's the only thing in the city.
Again, fancy, because I don't.
Yeah. I've never been there. I don't know. It's 3 hours from the city, so.
Oh, it's 3 hours north of New York.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be like you need fall clothes already.
Yeah. So.
You'll have springish days, but it's gonna also be cold.
That's what everybody's been saying. So I'm just like.
Yeah, I used to live in DC, and I thought DC was hot in July until I came up there in July, like 2 or 3 years ago. After living here, I was cold. But I get cold easy anyway. Like today, I thought there was a chill in the air.
It was cold today. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so we're in the same tribe.
Like my thing is like it's warm if you were standing directly in the sun.
In the right sun on some concrete. Right. Full after it's already been full sun and the concrete is radiating heat. Right. It was nice.
Cause I like literally I put on like my skirt, like I already got dressed, and then I walked outside, and my first thought was like, oh, it's cold outside. So,
exactly. That's how I felt, because I had walked outside as I am right now, my little short shorts and my ripped up shirt with my sports bra showing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need a jacket.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let me go grab a jacket because it's supposed to be hot.
Like I should have wore pants today. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I went outside late last night to take out my trash, and I was in the skimpiest booty shorts and a tank top and a sports bra because I wore it all day long anyway, but. Then I decided to go live in, and I was like, I don't care. This is what I've had on. It's fine. Yeah. And so then I ended up taking my trash, and I was like, why is it so cold? Like, I felt so disrespected. Anybody else would have hit the front door and put on some pants first, but I'm like, no, I'm already here. It's fine.
As long as it's shorts, I think it's fine.
And depending on who you ask, somebody would say they were panties, but it's like boy shorts.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
If you see something you never seen before, throw a rock at it. My sister's grandma used to say that all the time, and now I still love it. I think I was a kid when I heard her say it, but it just stuck. It just sounded right. Because she used to walk around the house naked, and somebody told her that she needed to put some clothes on. She's like, if you've seen something you ain't never seen before, throw a rock at it. And I'm just like, oh, I'm still in that.
Right.
Because I realized, too, the people who have a problem with you showing your body are the people who are ashamed of their own body.
Interesting, but true.
You ever think about that?
I haven't, but I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Why else would they care?
Right.
It's your body.
Right.
There's no other reason for that. So now with my children, I let them wear what they want to wear. I have thick children, and I'm like, be comfortable. Show your skin, it's your body. I want you to be 100% comfortable.
Right.
So when my 12-year-old is with me and she want to walk around the house in her bra and panty, have at it. It's your body. Yeah. I did it. Right. To the point that one time my mom was doing this really, oh my gosh, I do not know that man's name to save my life, but at the time he was a boy and he was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this man was so gorgeous. I had walked up my bathroom. Luckily that day I had a towel because I didn't know she was doing hair. Yeah,
that's good.
And I felt eyes on me, and I looked back, and he smiled from ear to ear and mouth, and I could not make myself go. I mean, I was fully covered up, but he was just so pretty to me. I was like, oh, no, I'm embarrassed. He see me in a towel.
Right.
Hindsight. Oh, he see me in a towel. Now, let that same situation happen in this big grown age of mine, and he was that handsome to me now. Oh, hi, who are you? I didn't know you were going to be here.
Hello.
Well, as the water dripped from my body.
Right.
Like, oh, hello there, handsome.
You need another for a drink?
Right. It's just like, I don't know.
Right.
That's life now.
Yeah.
It happens. But that's how it goes. And then I realized it's because when I was a child, I used to be ashamed, and now I'm so liberated. It's just like I could have came out the bathroom with no towel on nowadays, and I just like, oh, hi, I didn't know you were here.
Right, my bad.
My bad. You like it, don't you?
That's it. Take a picture last line.
Yeah. Only mentally, though. Only mentally. Because you got to specify in today's world.
That's true.
Everybody got a camera.
Yes. Literally.
But yeah, I used to love that saying.
Which one?
Take a picture of the last one. I used to say that.
I love that saying.
I'm going to have to revisit it because Yeah, that was always a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody start taking a picture, you're gonna feel like, what are you doing? I feel violated.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, like this one guy, I was painting this mural, and he started taking pictures. I was like, hold on. And he's like, oh, am I not allowed? I was like, I just want to pose for it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And he started laughing.
That's sick.
He literally started laughing. I was like, no, I'm dead serious. I don't mind if you take a picture of me while I paint, but let me at least get one.
Right, let me make sure it looks cute.
Yeah, let me make sure I get one actually looking pretty. It's fine. He started laughing.
I love that.
Because most people, if they say, well, what are you doing? It's because they're offended. And I was like, no, I'm not offended. I'm just not ready yet. Hold on. Just give me a second. Okay, now take it. You like it? Okay. Then I realized that's how bold I am now.
Right.
This is so pretty. Okay, so after this row, the other rows are actually, well, I don't want to jinx it, but after this row it'll be halfway, a little over halfway done.
Oh,
even though I usually make the top part just a smidge smaller, maybe.
Very good.
Oh no, I might keep it about the same. I don't know, but it looks good. So you were worried about your the fullness. How do you feel now?
No, I think it looks good, personally.
Okay. Good.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I was looking at the comments earlier, and you got a lot of good comments on your hair. One dude said that your braids eat all the way down, so
Yay.
I think we're good.
I think we are too.
And I felt bad because he had a lot of really good comments, but I didn't have a chance to reply because I was like, oh, I normally, if I'm looking at the camera, I like to respond in real time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm doing something that's tedious, I can't because it's gonna look crappy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but your hair looking right is more important than me being responsive.
Mm.
Because when you turned on the video, you knew I was working.
Right. Right.
So.
You can see it. So.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Exactly. I think about all that kind of stuff though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is cute, and
I'm really liking the color.
yay! So this is a 27. This is the 30 is between these two colors.
Yeah.
So that's the one I almost got you for your Papa color.
Mm-hmm.
But then in hindsight, based off what you told me, it's probably better to just have a kiss of blonde.
Yeah.
So one on each side, and then maybe one more higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
almost
enough.
like what are they called?
They call it sun kiss.
Yeah.
Sun kiss right around the front of your face.
Perfect for some, right?
Mm-hmm. And I did keep it on the smaller side because I was just like, is she really gonna keep it up as long as she's saying? And then I was like, nope, it's gonna be longer. Because you got the summer, so you might come back around September-ish.
Yeah.
So you might get to do it then, or October.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably do Thanksgiving or Christmas.
For sure, yeah.
And then even if we kept it on that schedule, that would still be enough to just make it not be a headache.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't want to say anything earlier. Actually, I'm on live, so I'm not going to incriminate myself.
Don't.
But I'm just going to say that I had the synthetic braids things in way longer than they should have been. Now, I'm not going to say it was a year. That's insane.
Oh.
It was not a year. It was not close to a year.
The longer. So I've had the girl who left her hair up for 4.5 months.
Yeah.
I thought that she had started going to another stylist.
Yeah.
No, it was over 4 months.
Wow.
And I was like, did you? And I actually liked her personality, so I just reached out. I was like, so do you just not come to me anymore? Who's doing your hair? And she's like, oh, you? I was like, I don't remember the last time I did your hair. I've had everybody else got their hair done 3 or 4 times. She was like, no, you did it, and they're still looking nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're lying.
No.
And she's like, no, it looks good, and
there's something to be loud about.
yeah, she's like, this is what I'm doing now. It's gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started watching these videos where people are interlocking their braids as they grow out.
Mm.
So to interlock it, you take a crochet hook,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how do you remember the topsy tail?
The who tail?
The topsy tail.
Mm-mm.
So there was this commercial a long time ago where they had you put your hair in a ponytail, and then you basically get this giant thing that looked like a giant beater, and you push the thing through the middle of your hair, and then they tuck the ponytail.
Yeah.
They're doing that, but pulling it all the way through, and that's called an interlink.
Interesting.
and then each way you fold it in, it creates like a braided look or a knotted look, and that's what makes your hair look, keeps it tight at the scalp.
Interesting.
And you could technically still comb it out when it's time to take it out, but it keeps it up because this girl said, "How I'll keep my hair up for 4 months," and or 4 months, and it was by doing that. And I thought about it because I thought about you, and then I don't. My brain puts it all in a box, and it's like, so this is like doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so technically, you're not the only one. There's people who do it and make videos about how they do it and maintain it.
Okay, fine. Well, hey, as long as I'm not getting time for it.
No shame. I tell people I understand everybody's budget is different, and you gotta look at your pocket and you gotta look at your travel. Like.
Right.
Most people aren't making special flights just to get their hair done. I mean, there are some people who do just for social media, and
but that's like not the average.
That is not the average. That is not normal. That is not in 89% of the world's budget.
Right.
Or not even 89% of Americans can do crap like that. Some of those people can't even really do crap like that. They're doing it as a flex.
Yeah, literally.
I'm making a hair trip, but mind you, they claiming they doing it just for that trip, but in actuality, they had to go for child support, or they had to go to visit a family member, or they had to go, like, there was another reason. But according to social media, they're doing it just for this hair. And I'm just like, why don't y'all quit lying to people?
Right.
I don't believe you came all that way to spend $2,000 on your hair, and that's the only thing you did while you were there.
Yeah. Right.
Now, a lot of times, if they do choose to do stuff like that, they done took a million other outfits. They done went on a tour site and they did everything else. Right. And then they're going to put that content away in their tuck butt. And then they're going to come back and later, maybe 6 months or so later, I took a trip to here. And here's my video.
Yep. And they make it seem like they
had multiple trips.
Yes.
Yeah. And me, I'm more honest. I'm just like, no. We're doing all this while we're here, and we're going to make it all one big video. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how people make it seem like their life is more adventurous than it is. And on my social media, I'm more of a realist because I don't want people to feel bad about their lifestyle. And if you feel bad about my lifestyle, then you should, because that's actually my lifestyle.
Right. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. But it's not from the foolery. At least mine is coming from a real place.
Right.
Just like I had that TV downstairs. That was my gift to myself. And I know people were like, "Oh, I can't believe you got that." And I was like, "I don't know if I want to post it because I don't want to hear about that."
Right.
But isn't it awesome? It's like, so what happened was my ex took my TV that was there before. He took all the giant TVs out the house.
Okay.
As you look up, you see that TV right there. But okay, so but all the giant TVs.
I didn't even clock it.
So then I got mad at him for taking all the giant TVs. But that's how spoiled I am, because you could still see clearly. I wasn't left.
No, you're good.
Squinting. But so then I was gonna get a replacement that was 1 inch bigger. But God said no, because I paid the money. I was waiting. It never showed up. So then I get a refund. 2 months later, I get a Costco membership, and they have one that is 15 inches bigger.
Wow.
Than the TV he took. So, as I should, right?
You get it.
And so I did. Yeah, that's what's downstairs on the wall. Did you not see it?
I don't think I did.
How in the world? I low-key want to make a video recording your reaction. If you don't. No. I just kind of want to make a video recording your reaction when you see this.
I mean, hey, I will do it. I just I'm sorry, I'm so tunnel vision. I
do that too, but I just never experienced anyone else doing it.
No, you're good.
That famous saying, if it was a snake, it would have bit you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would have been on the floor and be like, what happened?
Yeah. So, because I told your mom, I was like, yeah, I just went ahead and did it. And then I paid good money to have it installed, so that way I'm not liable if something happens.
Boom. There we go.
But no, I'm big petty. And when you see this TV, you're going to be like, oh my gosh.
I'm almost like envisioning. I'm mad at myself for not seeing it.
Yeah, you walked past it 3 times.
Sick. Well, maybe I did see it and I thought it was the wall, and I was like, okay.
It's about the. It's the size of some people's wall.
Okay.
So the thing is my family gets mad at me for doing stuff like this, because the thing is like they wanted me to go on a couple trips with them, and I told them no, because I don't have the money for that. I never said I was broke, because I don't have the money for that.
Right.
Because I have money, I'm spending my money on what I want.
Exactly.
So I don't have money for it. I never said I'm not broke. I just don't have money for that. Yeah. And then every time I look at the TV, I'm like, oh, I live in abundance.
Right.
And then my daughter laughs. She told me, she's like, Mommy, our house, our downstairs feels like one of those rappers' houses, like if you were on Cribs or one of those shows. Yes. And I was like, no, it doesn't. She was like, no, it really does. It's falling. I was like, oh, as we should.
Right.
I can't afford to do everything I want to do, but damn it, I definitely got a want.
Right.
I got my main want. And if I had to choose between a trip and my want, I would do it again. Boom. I have no regrets.
Exactly. And shouldn't.
Right. And I was laughing because I told my friend that I told him, I was like, look, if I was like, I have to cancel my car wash subscription now, but I have no regrets on my TV.
Right.
At least at least I got my part straight.
Right.
Knock shit on your fresh paint job. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. But I love going to the movies, and I love, like, I don't really sit and watch TV, which I guess you're kind of noticing.
There you go.
Clearly you don't either.
No, I'm chilling.
But
I feel like I watch TV to like an extent. Like it's like I'm either gonna binge it or I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my gosh, same. So I'll either binge it or I'm listening to a podcast, which means it's on, but I'm not actively watching it. Yeah. But other than that, it's not really on.
Right.
But when it is on, it's gonna be worth it.
And I'm gonna understand and we'll have fun and this and whatever.
Right.
I just feel like I have to take time to like watch, unless it's like over the summer I had the time, so I would watch like a movie or like one episode of like an hour-long episode show a night, and then I was able to space it out well doing that. But that was literally only because like I got off of work at like 5 and then like went to the gym, this, that, whatever. Or actually I got off work at 4. So I had like, and I wasn't doing anything at work really. Like it was pretty boring. So I was like, okay, like I have all this energy to do stuff, and now I can watch a movie because I got everything done.
That's perfect though.
Yeah.
Oh, this color is so pretty. I hope the sun is still out when I finish, because I really want a picture of your hair in the sun.
Really pretty. I can take one in case it does go down and send it to you though.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bother you again to use the restroom. I'm sorry. I'm using it as like a way to like move my legs and stuff too.
No worries. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll be back though. Actually, wait. Is this TikTok? This is TikTok. Okay, look. TikTok is not recorded, so look. Whoever's on here, I'm gonna show you this TV, alright? Because it's not an actual. It's not an actual recorded live. It's just a stream live.
Right.
So
y'all can guide me.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready for this? Because nobody else has seen it. So, this is the TV I got to replace it temporarily, which is this little TV, which is not little.
Oh, so it literally is the wall.
Yeah, and this is the petty TV. Big petty. Now, to get the idea how big it is, like...
That is actually... I truly think I just thought it was the wall. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I did not register that this was a TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the picture is so pretty.
That is so sick.
Yeah, like, you're the first person who's seen it. That's not my child.
Oh my God.
And the clarity is amazing. Well, now it's got some
You're
boo-boo.
literally at the movies.
At the movie.
Wow.
And then that dude, it's like on this TV, like, yeah.
This is insane.
Like, look at the clarity.
Wow. Literally, if you put like some like curtains right here, like it would look like you were at a movie theater.
Right. I don't know what they're doing. Netflix, y'all be tripping.
That's insane.
Yeah. Whoa, download the update package for what? Whoa, what did I just buy? Lord, don't be making my bill higher, Netflix. I think I just bought an update and I don't want it. No! There's no, and the back button isn't working. That's what I get. That's what I get. I feel like I keep buying stuff. I did good today. I only bought gas and 2 tacos. Oh well. All right. Later, y'all.